Everybody literally has met or seen a homeless person on the streets. And you sympathize and you look the other way and you say, well, you know, that could never be me. Starting about 2.5 years ago, I had a perfect storm, if you will, from a financial, personal, and professional situation. My parents were ill, and they since had passed away. So I was trying to help them financially with medical bills and a number of other things.
My family, my ex-wife and my 3 children were really going through some hard times. My ex-wife lost her job, and at the same time got behind on her mortgage, so her home went into foreclosure. And I was just thinking to myself, wow, I can't let that happen.
No house, you know, because I lost my job, so no job and no friends or family to have anywhere to go to.
Then the bottom fell out of the auto industry, and I worked as a program manager for an automotive supplier. They no longer had a program. They no longer needed a program manager. So lost my job, went on unemployment.
So something had to give, and there was just, you know, an amount of money that we needed to resolve that issue, okay? And, you know, my rent just wasn't part of that formula.
And I lost my health insurance. I had a problem trying to maintain medication, and ended up in the situation where I eventually got evicted from my home and with no job.
My condominium in Farmington Hills lost half its value almost immediately. I tried to refinance, but could not refinance the mortgage. Could not make the payments after a given amount of time. Property went into foreclosure, and I was evicted from my home. Never thought that would happen to me in my life.
I was a musician for a church, and had to leave, and we had run out of our funds. We had saved, and we had our savings, and trying to keep a roof over our heads, and we ran out.
I let go of my apartment and then decided, okay, I'll just go to a hotel for a little while. And I realized that even that money is needed, okay? So yeah, I thought to myself, you know, what are my choices here? I can live in my car, I could live in my office or something like that, I didn't know, but there were just, you know, I needed to find a way quickly to turn, you know, more cash than I was able to do. And cutting expenses to the bare bone was the only resolution to the problem.
Left the property and moved in with a friend of mine just on a temporary basis. Heard about SOS, called them, and within 2 weeks had an interview and appointment, and here I sit today.
We need to be able to show people, hey, people do battle this, overcome it, and persevere, and become capable citizens that do a lot in society.
Absolutely. It really challenges your manhood because you feel that you're responsible for making a living. It makes you feel like, okay, you're less of a man.
So when that happens, you have every negative feeling you could possibly imagine. Fear, anger, frustration. What do I do next?
Hi, Jeff.
Yeah.
So we've a couple of job applications or some recent postings. The positions in their auto, hardware, and garden shop.
I'm very grateful there's that kind of place around to help people, you know, get their lives back together again.
We'll go online and fill the resume out.
How much does it pay?
Where would you be if they weren't for South Oakland Shelter? Where would you be right now?
Probably not on this earth.
Why? Why do you say that?
I don't know, I was thinking about doing suicide or whatever. Now I think life is better.
It was probably the loneliest point in my life, that few weeks before I just decided that I can't just keep paying for this hotel room, you know. So yeah, it was very, very, very lonely, very difficult for me emotionally, and very stressful.
Can I get you to sign in?
Sure. You know, I've been hearing that the Section 8 programs are opening up in some of the cities. I heard that Ferndale may have something coming up, and then Lincoln Park.
What you're going to want to do, we're going to want to look into it a little bit more and find out exactly where they're at.
Our goal is to keep people from experiencing chronic homelessness. So we work with families that are able to currently function and succeed with their own motivations in place. We don't have the capacity to help somebody who has chronic alcoholism or severe mental illness. Every night when people come in, they take a breathalyzer, they check in at the front desk, and they're welcome into the facility after that and have access to the amenities of our facility, including showers, laundry, things like that. We're able to work with them to help find work, balance their financial situation, to help them address any social service needs they might have, and connect them to the appropriate agencies that can help them. We work on things like financial literacy, we work on things like family unit development, and all kinds of different activities. Hopefully we can assess whether or not we can double our capacity in the coming year or two.
The SOS program allows you to concentrate on what's important, and they have a tremendous staff there that helps you towards that end. In computer systems where you can go online and look for work, which is also a tremendous asset.
We need to take your best qualities and feature them at the top. When I look at this, you got that job, and there's just so much listed there. I don't think they're going to go through each one of these jobs and read through all
Plus, I had to write music, train the choir.
Okay.
Also, I was an on-site staff elder or elder in the church.
Okay.
Where I took care of spiritual needs.
I'm a first-time job seeker. So with me finally learning how to make, create a resume and put it online to all these different careers, it was kind of fun for me.
SOS does have a phone that's specific to finding work and finding a place to stay.
Go that way. Over there.
And nobody at SOS answers the phone saying, yes, so-and-so is in our shelter, quote unquote. So the anonymity is there. Nothing is broadcast to anybody unless the individual says that it's okay to broadcast that.
Same wake-up time, 6:45.
Okay. What
Yeah.
wake up
Your
time?
choice.
9:30 departure.
Okay.
You see this on the news sometimes and you think, how can I help? And our church just makes it really easy to come here and give a night and be able to feed people who need a place to have dinner. That's a real privilege.
You know, certainly when you're feeding people, everybody's in a good mood. That's a family experience. It's how we provide that, not only that physical sustenance, but
great stuff.
There's an emotional aspect to it as well. And again, it's just a family sharing a meal.
They're very nice people. They're angels to me.
I guess my favorite part has been all of the people that I've met at the different churches. Really, before I got into the homeless situation, I felt like there was nobody out there to give any help. I'm running into all the people I should have met before, because these are people, they're willing to drive you where you need to go if you have a doctor's appointment. They're willing to take you for a job interview. They're willing to take you any place you need to go that will help you with resumes or job searches, whatever. And angels is maybe not big enough a word.
She knows that, you know, mommy's in this situation. You know, I don't like to call it a shelter, but she knows. She's very intelligent. What it is this place is helping us get our home.
Do you want some pulled pork?
You like it.
Do you want a roll?
So that's very positive for her and for myself. Okay, ready?
It's important that people are treated as human beings. Thank you. People who are homeless, they're already feeling bad. They shouldn't have to come to a place where they have to feel even worse than where they are.
And your name is?
Ed.
Ed. And what time would you like?
How about 9 o'clock?
9 o'clock?
When I came to the shelter, you know, I found that as soon as you walked into a church, there were smiling faces. And they didn't just sign us in or cook our dinners. They were there for us, to help us, to listen to us, to I guess kind of bring us into their family in a way. And that's exactly what I needed.
They have a smile on their face and song in their heart. They truly do. Amazing people, amazing volunteers, amazing coordination staff. And that is helpful. After a day of looking for work or looking for a place to live on a permanent basis, it was relaxing. It was more relaxing than I'd ever thought possible.
The congregations are the engine of our organization. We would not be able to provide the services that we provide without the congregations. Our cash budget is about 1/2 of our in-kind budget that we receive in resources from congregations.
We thank you, God, that you've allowed these people to come into our lives and into our church this week. We lift each one of them up for your blessing. Because Jesus said, whenever you do this to the least of these, you're doing it for me. I mean, how can we be the hands and feet of Jesus except here? This makes it easy for us to do his work in the world.
Well, every night we turn away roughly 14 to 15 people unduplicated. About half of our funding comes from government resources, and that's rapidly decreasing in this current climate. But that's okay, because our goal is to focus on mobilizing. You know, we mobilize so many volunteers, and we also want to mobilize people's resources. And we think that we're a great investment in our community.
Oh, it's good to hear from you.
I would tell any church that is thinking of becoming involved with SOS to seek out other churches and individuals that have volunteered or have coordinated at the other churches, because we are so very happy to have them come participate with us, to talk about our experiences, to let them know what we found has worked and what doesn't necessarily work for us and why.
Their faith will become so much more real to them if they're doing something hands-on. Tithing or sending your pledge in is good, and it does good in the world, there's absolutely no question, but doing something with your own hands and your own feet and handing it to somebody who needs it makes it just makes it all so real to us.
It was able to give me confidence and a sort of a spiritual quietness that this is going to be okay.